my wellness travelers. This is Dragonwolf, and today we are doing just a collective reading to see what is going on with the collective of whomever is watching this. If this has found you, then this is when you need to hear this message. This is timeless, so it doesn't matter when you come upon it, it will be at the perfect time. So let's see what you, whomever is watching this, needs to know at this time. And just 1 second. Put my glasses on. Currently, right now, there is a conflict. You have the King of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Five of Swords. And in my readings, typically gender is not specific to a physical body. We all have male and female attributes, qualities in us. And so if I speak about the masculine, it doesn't matter what body it's in. But the masculine self, or a actual masculine physical body. There is an older masculine self that is very reserved, holding back emotion. And there is the younger masculine self. So it's two different people. And it feels as though that the younger masculine energy is coming from who's watching this. And there is the King of Cups is older. Now, again, with age is not necessarily defined to a physical body. If it is someone who, regardless of physical body age, where the person is wiser, is more experienced, presents themselves as older, as an older soul. But the individual that you are dealing with is reserved, is pulling back their emotion and not giving. And you are very intent on needing something from this individual. It is creating conflict. You are right now at a point where it's like you've gone around this merry-go-round with them quite some time now. Some of you, this is a family dynamic. Some it's a work dynamic. Some it's a friend dynamic. Okay, this is specific for a very small individual, a group of, not a small individual, but a small number of individuals or one specific person. It's in your neighborhood or in your apartment or in your dwelling, if you're in a communal situation, and some neighborhoods can feel very communal. This individual is not yielding, is not intuitive, is not empathizing. And and you have tried again and again and again. And I live in an apartment, so if you hear noises, I apologize. And this has been creating a lot of conflict. And you're at the point now where you've tried again and again, in different ways too. You've really tried to be very thoughtful, trying different angles. You're actually trying to get inside their mind to get this conflict resolved. And so you really are at your end point here with the 10 of Swords. This has come to a head finally. It doesn't mean that you haven't felt that way before, but you're now at a point with the Devil card next to it. This is saying that you've had enough. You have just had enough. You've tried everything, and you've been caring. You have given. You have tried to get inside their mind of what would cause this issue that can't get resolved. Now, with this point, there is a level of victory, control of you, not of the other person. So you have the Chariot. So victory, winning. And you're winning because you are making choices with the Three of Wands and the Two of Cups. It's because you're letting go. And by letting go, you're letting go of your emotional need. You're making it, like you're getting an epiphany. You're either getting it now, or you just got it, or you're about to get it. So it's just right in this like time frame, an epiphany. And I just feel like this release. Like I just feel like this, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this outcome. I can overcome this. I'm going to move on from this. I'm changing the narrative where I'm no longer a part of whatever this conflict is that they just would not give in. And by doing so, the Two of Cups is, and that typically in a lot of cases has to do with connection with another human, compassion, connection, love even. But for you, it can also be of yourself, because you've been very divided over this. It has caused you a lot of conflict, and you're making the choice now where you need to be making better choices going forward. You have your future, your peace, your harmony, your tranquility, your love of self, of others. Just being happy requires you to let go, which is part of this epiphany. The epiphany is letting go. Now, the letting go is really subjective here, because letting go does not necessarily mean walking away. Letting go means the specific thing that you wanted, the specific outcome, the specific condition, that's what you're letting go of. Doesn't mean that there's not a different avenue to pursue. That the epiphany is about the new avenue. It could be a complete letting go. It could be like, I'm done, I'm walking away. It could be, I'm moving away from this, which could be leaving physical space. If it's a dwelling of where you actually physically live, you might decide to move. If it's a job, you might decide to get a new job, or get a different position in a different department in that company. If it's a family member or a friend, you might cut off communication. You might end friendship. If it's a love interest, it could be ending that. So in this, it's a new perspective. And I also believe very strongly that any extra distractions or noises that you hear, so you've heard some street noise, you may hear people in my hallway, it's part of the reading. I don't edit because these distractions, these noises mean something. Because this particular situation is a distraction for you. It's a noise. It's chatter. And it's time to release that. You have become ill over this. And that illness could just be in the mind where it's just bothered you. Spiritually, it could have bothered you. Physically, it could have made you physically sick. Or on all three levels. It's a dawn of a new day. You have the full card here, which is saying it's brand new. And so with this card, this is an ending. Okay, 10 of Swords is an ending. Because you're just done. Beginning, okay? You're starting a beginning. The egg, you're beginning. And you have so much ahead of you. And it's justice. It's time. Justice. You got the justice card here. So that new beginning is justice. It's time. Okay, this is time. It's a divine timing because your guides, God, whomever you resonate with from a outside this physical plane source, is guiding you towards the next step. And that next step is not for you to roll over. The next step is for you to be courageous and strong. The next step is for you to also have a control. As we said with the Chariot, control. And you've got the Queen of Wands. Okay, and the Queen of Wands is and again, the gender, we're not going, it's not the physical body, but you are in control. So in whatever realm that this is presenting itself, the female aspect of you is getting control. And our feminine side also is very much in the emotion, the intuitive, the spiritual world. The masculine side is very much in a control, authority, business. Again, more noise. So again, the distraction, noise. But with the Queen of Wands, you're assertive, you're composed, but you're not quiet. And I don't mean making noise, like jumping into something and I'm going to force something. No, but you're assertive. There's like a confidence. You're like, I know what I need to do. I know what's going to work. And what's going to work is you taking full control of you, of your feminine side, which is your emotions. But there's a passion here. There's a strength. There's a assertiveness and a confidence and I got this. Whatever this conflict is, you've got this. Now, with that, you've also got the Hanged Man. Of course, my tarot is dragons, as you can see. But what this is saying is this is that new perspective, the epiphany. And this is it's like you've been in a holding pattern for some time with this conflict, with this individual. And now this feels like it resonates with a small group of people. That individual is you. Think about that. That's not the majority of you, but it's a small group of you, that the older part that has been emotionally not available has been you. And if that resonates with you, that means that it is best for you to do some shadow work. And the shadow work is not a dark thing. That means that that's your unconscious. That is a realm where you face your fears. You face your inner self, things that you've been hiding from yourself. That's the shadow realm. It's not a demonic place. It is about you. Which means then, if this resonates, that it's you, then meditate, pray, and face that part of you that has been emotionally shut off, and you're done. You're done with that shut-offness. Because this epiphany, the new perspective, is giving you this new way to look at that. If it's the small group of people that this applies to, that it's about you. Everyone else is an actual physical person in your realm somewhere, as we've discussed. And this epiphany is going to allow this time of inactivity, sitting on the branch, not going anywhere. Nothing's working, because you had to wait for this new perspective. So let's pull from the Oracle, and it's also another dragon deck. We have cop cars out in the distance, and if it's coming through, alarms. Think about that. Message for you, alarms. It's time. It is time. Okay. All right. Ooh, a couple more cards that I wasn't expecting. And the listener. Beautiful card. And this is you listening to that epiphany, that the guide, God, whomever in the spiritual realm, in the other realm, that has been trying to speak to you. And this can also be your spirit, because your spirit is connected, obviously, and your spirit can also be the one bringing forth the information. Or you could be actually having it direct to your mind. You might be thinking, you might have actually heard something. You may have read a passage. You may have had some epiphany through like a movie or TV or a headline, or someone in your space says something. The epiphany is very important here. So listen. Again, if the epiphany has not happened yet, it's going to. Okay, and compassion. Now, the thing about this card is that you need to not only have compassion for the situation, but of yourself. Because this is part of the letting go. When you can pull out to a higher self, a higher plane, a higher perspective, and look down on the situation, this is where you will understand. Because when like you're in like the trenches, you're in that middle part, it's just conflict, it's just noise, it's just mess. But when you're able to pull out, you're able to see all angles, you're able to understand yourself in the other party, or yourself in the other part of you, if it's about that small group, that it's about yourself. You're going to be able, and again, the epiphany, it's very multifaceted with this. Okay, this is the big breakthrough you've been waiting for. But have compassion. Don't hate the other person or the other part of you, and forgive. Forgiveness is very important, and I know that from the Christian side of things, you know, God asks us and tells us to forgive. Jesus says the same thing. And for those who follow that path, that the hearing forgiveness would resonate there. But for those who do not follow that path, forgiveness is about releasing. So whether your spiritual, religious follows a path that the forgiveness means something, as we spoke about, or your religious, spiritual path, there's no resonance of that forgiveness, anything that's talked about. Take the spiritual, religious out of it for a minute and look at it from just the truth of what it does to you. Now, this truth does apply to those other spiritual and religious aspects. But I'm trying to let you know that when people hear forgive, it can mean so many things. There might be baggage with that. There might be some trauma. Maybe you were forced to forgive. Maybe you were ridiculed, put down, condemned because you weren't forgiving, or you're afraid that if you don't forgive, then something bad is going to happen. Whatever that is, I'm trying to say, knock that out of your head right now. Come at this from a new perspective. Forgiving about your physical self, your heart, your mind, your spirit, all of that. More noise. It's amazing today is very noisy because this has been a big noisy thing. And the fact that that's happening at the forgiveness conversation might mean that you might have a lot of noise with this concept. And what this means is forgiving releases you. And forgiveness is associated with love. And there's only two emotions here that everything stems from: fear and love. If you're not in a place of love with all of the things that stem from that, then you're in a place of fear. And if you're in a place of fear, then this is where you would have anger, hate, confusion, uncertainty. But when you're in a place of love, it just, you vibrate at a higher level. You feel better. There's happiness, there's joy, there's contentment, there's peace. Fear has no peace. Love has peace. So the way that you always know that you're in a place of love is you're at peace. A way to know that you're in fear is you have no peace. So always check your body. Your body's going to tell you, because your spirit is connected and your mind's connected. Again, mind, body, spirit, they're all connected. So if one's not at ease, then the others are being affected. And so with the forgiveness, you forgiving, if it's about you, yourself, you forgiving the other person, this is about loving yourself, but also loving the other person. Because when you forgive, then you're able to separate yourself from the fear place. That whatever their behavior was, or if it's about you, whatever that behavior has been towards you, whether it was from an exterior or from an interior self, you're letting it go. You're letting it go. You're putting it on the ground and you're walking away. You're not staying connected with the fear. You're now replacing it with love, and love is forgiveness of yourself and of another person. Because people we're acting from either love or fear. And if the other individual is not able to, won't, for whatever reason, because they're acting from a place of fear. Because if someone's not acting from a loving place, they're acting from fear. So whatever their fear may be, or whatever you're afraid of with yourself, this is where compassion comes in. So I know that the forgiveness thing, I needed to explain that because I feel as though that can be very heavy laden with a lot of stuff. And that's why I wanted to strip it out completely and just see it for what it truly is, without any connection of anything else with that. So with and this card, the pest. So what this is saying is this conflict, this thing that you've been holding on to, this thing that you've had with this other person, it has disturbed you. Like all the noises and all the distractions that have happened during this video, it's disturbing. And this has been disturbing you. So it's been a pest. It's just been there. Whether it's been overt, like landing on you, in your face, or it's like a buzz in the background. It's just been a pest. So pay attention to the fact that this is something, as we've already said, it's time to let it go. You've been waiting a long time, and it's definitely time. And then the receiver, okay, so you're receiving, okay, that epiphany, the spiritual, but it's not just that. You're also receiving peace. Think about that. You're receiving peace. And then the perceptionist. Okay. Perception. Aha. As we've already said, the perspective is changing. Your perception is changing. By going into a place of love and forgiving and being compassionate, you're letting go of the pest. You're letting go of this noise. You're letting go of this distraction. You're letting go of this conflict. You're letting go of fear. And again, it all starts with the first card of listening. So listen. Listen to your guides. Listen to God. Listen to your spirit. Listen to whatever the message comes from. Again, it could be from TV. It could be from social media. It could be from a friend. It could be from some, advertisement or some billboard or some sign or something. If it hasn't already happened, it's happening right now, or it's almost about to happen. So it's right in this realm. So when you receive this reading, it's in this time frame. We're going to do one more card to close this out. Actually, I feel like one more card from the tarot and one more from the oracle to finish this reading out for you. Okay, and one from the oracle. Aha, okay. The first card was the Queen of Cups. And with the Queen of Cups, this is where you have your peace, okay? You've got your intuition, you've got your emotions, you are loving, you're in a really beautiful realm and space with yourself and with the world. And here, the shadow. This is what we were talking about. And the shadow is very important because whether the conflict was with yourself, of course, we already talked about you looking into your shadow about yourself, but if it's about another person, it still affects your shadow. Think about that. The other person that was giving conflict affected you. So it was affecting something in your shadow, something that you have fear about, something you're not at ease about. So that's also part of the perceptionist, because this is going to give you to a new perception of yourself, of the other person, of the world. This is a groundbreaking moment in your life that is going to blow the roof off of this conflict. Whether it's an external conflict or an internal conflict, it really still lies at your feet. Because if it's an external conflict, it affected you. And anytime we're affected by something, we have a fear about it. It's in our shadow somewhere. And even if you are conscious of what that is, even if you're conscious of what that is, you need to go to the next level with it. You are ready for the next level with whatever it is. So if it's an issue or a problem that you're already aware of, it's next level time. Because our issues and problems are never just simple. They are complex, and they have multi-layers, and sometimes it can take years, even decades, to fully heal, overcome, see all aspects. And again, this world is about conflict, and we're here to grow. So whatever this conflict is about you growing. And so I know that this is going to be a beautiful thing for you, even though it's conflict, even though it's hard, even though it's caused distress, even though there's been a lot of issues, dis-ease about it. But now you're going to see, now it's next level time. I love you. This is Dragonwolf saying thank you, my wellness travelers, and I look forward to seeing you next time.